Number 1. JISOO. While all members of Blackpink can melt your heart with just a glance, the visual of JISOO was literally the definition of next level, when her gorgeousness was literally unbothered by the evil camera flash. I bet you know how idols' skin can get quite problematic when always having to put on tons of makeup for hours of work. While many stars have frequently had their uneven skin exposed under the flashes, JISOO seems to have never had the same problem ever before. Even when all the lenses are pointing at her and flashing non-stop, JISOO is still that tranquil and confident girl, without even the slightest effort to look good. Her skin is so flawless that she doesn't need to put on thick foundation just to get freaked out that it would be exposed under flashlight. And you know how camera flashes can make your face look super odd? Because the constant switch between extreme brightness and darkness can distort your facial features? That also seems to have never happened to JISOO, as she possesses such a perfect visual, with super defined features that can never be overshadowed by the bad lighting. If you're a masternym of JISOO's fansay, you'll for sure never have to be worried about trying to find a perfect angle to take her snap, since she will shine regardless of camera angles. Even on this super dim red carpet where the flash is coming at her and printed different patches of lighting on her face, JISOO still captured all the attention for the charming gaze, sexy red lips, and incredibly small face. Number 2. Yoona. Famous as the timeless beauty icon of South Korea, maybe it's not such a big surprise for you to see Yoona have her name on this list. Compared to most idols, her skin is probably one of the brightest, as even when the lights were flashing like crazy at only part of her face, her skin was still only 1 or 2 shades darker than the extreme lighting. As Yoona possesses a V-line face, high, straight, and small nose, as well as super bright eyes that literally know how to talk by themselves, the jungle of flashes could do no harm to her angelic visual. Oh, and you know how a person's eye could look super scary as their sclera suddenly brightens up when the camera flashes come at them? Such a thing never happened to Yoona. And regardless of the situation, she still emits a sweet and divine aura. Number 3. KRYSTAL. Though KRYSTAL possesses the same visual unbothered by camera flashes like Yoona, she gave off a completely different vibe when being thrown in the jungle of flashlights. Instead of emitting the super pure and sweet vibe, KRYSTAL looked like a real bad chick, who knows how to freeze everyone with just a gaze. Although the extreme brightness was coming at her like crazy, she didn't even blink for a second and was literally smirking at the cameras. While the unsynchronized flashes can downgrade the visual of many people by bringing extreme brightness to one part and just leaving other areas of the face in darkness, all facial features of KRYSTAL still look just as sharp and defined. Especially when the flash only focused on her eyes, you can see how she was literally piercing the camera with that calm yet freezing gaze. Oh, and when you pause at the moment flashes lit up the middle part of her face only, you'll see how the extreme brightness couldn't even make her nose flat and short, because it was just so high and defined that the 2 nose wings still have the perfect shadow and depth. And you notice her lips here? While some people will look soulless and dehydrated when their lips turn the color white under extreme flashes, KRYSTAL still looks so fine with a perfect Cupid bow lip shape that girls often spend a fortune to undergo plastic surgeries to have. Number 4. SUZY. Famous as the first love of South Korea, the pure and naive visual of SUZY has never been bothered by anything, including the poor lighting condition. While these non-stop flashes can distort the ordinary facial structure, since the lighting was unevenly distributed on the face, they seem to do nothing but highlight the perfectness of every single detail on SUZY's face. From the round, bright eyes, small, high nose, to the full, plump lips. And for this particular moment, can you spot anything special about her visual? Well, in case you can't, then let me show you. It's the cheekbones. Compared to other names on the list, SUZY possessed a literally perfect height of cheekbones that, when the flashes came at her like crazy, only these areas captured all the light and reflected back. Through this little detail, you can already tell how harmonious and defined every feature of SUZY's face is. Number 5. SEHUN. As part of the visual line of EXO, SEHUN has never failed to impress netizens with his cool and cold visuals, regardless of situations. Even in the poorest lighting conditions, you can still clearly see the depth of every single feature on his face. Under the flashlight constantly on and off, SEHUN still gave off the same gentleman vibe, with literally no dead angles being exposed. While this extreme brightness can bring the spotlight to unwanted skin problems, like acne, greasy skin, or make every feature on your face as flat as being drawn on paper, you can still see how high the nose bridge is and how full and defined his lip shape was. What's even more interesting was that while SEHUN has already given off an oddly cold and luxurious vibe in normal lighting conditions, this aura was boosted to another level. as he had to constantly stare at one point to refrain from blinking in the jungle of flashlights. Number 6. IRENE. Maybe the title Visual Garden of SM Entertainment will hardly ever be taken by other agencies, because as you can see, up to 4 out of 7 names on this list already come from this company. IRENE, besides being famous as one of the top visual goddesses of Gen 3, is also famous for being among the stars whose visual is unbothered by flashlights. Having the brightest complexion in red velvet, IRENE's skin only appeared 1 tone darker than the extreme flashing. Compared to other names in this list, IRENE possesses a pure yet maturely charming aura, with the perfect peacock eyes that lit up like a starry night when capturing lights. On top of that, since other features of hers were elegantly small, from the nose, lip shape to the facial structure, the flashes seem to do nothing but enhance her classy and ethereal visual that can hardly be found elsewhere. Oh, and you know how the combo of light complexion, bright contact lenses, and sexy red lips will often bring out a real-life vampire? That's exactly what you're seeing at IRENE when she wore red lipstick and had her skin enlightened 10 times by the camera flashes. Despite just standing and staring at the camera, she still gave off a luxurious and ethereal vibe through the stunning visual with huge emphasis on the bling-bling bright eyes. Number 7. V. For this last name, I think most of you wouldn't find this so much of a surprise, because at the end of the day, he is the one to own the Most Handsome Man of 2020 title. And with such an impeccable visual, there was no way he would be bothered by the extreme exposure to flashlights. While the flashlights can make it so that you can't open your eyes properly, V obviously took it with a grain of salt because he not only didn't blink for a second, but even did a slight turnaround to flex all angles of his face. As V possessed a super high nose bridge and prominent nose tip, you can still clearly see the shades of his nose wings even when the flashes were extremely bright. On top of that, his skin was so fine and smooth that even when he changed his angle, the light was still perfectly reflected by every single inch on his face. And you see how the super bright lighting still couldn't cover how dark, long, and thick his eyelashes were? It's funny that girls like us have to spend a bunch of money to get extensions done once every month, but still probably wouldn't look that good in the jungle of camera flashes. Well, V completely nailed it. So which idol do you think looks even better when being exposed to the extreme lighting conditions of flashes constantly switching on and off? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.